Quite a lot of women wonder about whether sex after periods is safe or not. Many people believe that they can have sex immediately after periods and avoid pregnancy in that way. There are people who are not sure about that and want some clear explanation about having sex after periods and conceiving. Most people ask this question for the chances of getting pregnant or avoiding it. The answer is that it is theoretically possible to get pregnant, but the real occurrence is relatively not that much. The most important factor is the duration of your period. Your fertility window in a typical cycle of 28-30 days is between day 11 and 21 day. It means that if you bleed for 5-7 days and have sex right after that, you may still get pregnant because sperms can live up to 5 days. If sperm survives until your fertility window, you may end up becoming pregnant. Now that you have the answer to your question, is it safe to have sex after periods? You may want to know the way to figure out safe sex days. For this, you first need to consider if you have a regular menstrual cycle or an irregular one. For a regular menstrual cycle, a menstrual cycle can be divided into 3 phases: pre-ovulatory infertility, the fertility period, and the post-ovulatory infertility, which starts a few days before your next period. To calculate safe days for sex, note the last period first date and calculate the longest and shortest menstrual cycles by observing your cycle for the last 6 months. In a regular menstrual period, 25 to 32 days, the first day to 7th day, the 21st to the rest of the cycle are considered safe. For an irregular menstrual cycle, if you have an irregular menstrual cycle, you can still pay attention to signs of ovulation to calculate your safe days for sex. You have to pay attention to the consistency of your vaginal fluid and your basal body temperature to get an idea about ovulation. You can buy some OTC ovulation kits for help, but they can be quite expensive. It is better to practice protected sex through physical barrier methods or hormonal birth control if you are not trying to conceive. Is it safe to have sex after periods? It depends on when you start ovulating. This is the time when you notice subtle changes in your body. These signs usually start appearing about 3 weeks before you have your next period. You will experience discomfort on one side of your belly, have increased vaginal discharge that will be like stretchy egg white, and have increased sex drive. Checking your cervical mucus daily will also tell a lot about when you start ovulating. If you are not sure about the answer, is it safe to have sex right after periods? Do not take any chances. You can always use several birth control options to prevent unwanted pregnancies. Below are some effective ones that don't require using hormones.